Hello YouTube and welcome back for episode number 30 of our two-handed Savagery Archon. Where last episode we hit level 70 and so I decided to go and do some shopping. Picked up a few odds and ends here and there. So we got new boots, bought the Elite Harvest Greaves from, I believe that's Homestead. Fairly decent upgrade on armor over our old boots and provided some resistance as I needed. So that was a nice find. I also bought a new two-handed weapon, a new Troll Bone Crusher, from the shop in the Blood Grove. It took me, I would say, about 10, maybe 15 minutes of teleporting between the shop and Homestead to reset the shop for me to find this weapon. The other new piece I bought was the blueprint for this from Homestead again, I believe. So this is the level 70 version of the level 35 belt we had before. This one basically just has a pile of pierce resistance, +1 to Shaman, and more lightning damage on it. Not a huge upgrade. I think probably the biggest change here is the armor, I think doubled. And also I picked up the writ for Barrowhome. So, that's our new toys. And now we are going to head through the portal and get into Malmouth. So we're going to go to Barrowhome and end up in Lone Watch. Let's go. I made a few changes to the audio, which I'm kind of hoping you can't tell, but if you can, if you did notice anything, just comment below, let me know what you think it was. I'll be curious to see if you actually did notice. So, moving right along, we're just going to left click our way through all this stuff to get up to the portal. And once we've cleared that out, we'll head on through. Right, so coming up on the portal here, there's some really cool visuals just off the back here. This is kind of like what they're using, or what they're saying is, you will never make it through here, so you have to go through the Chthonian portal. And yeah, I probably wouldn't want to try and walk through all that Aether Fire either. But having said that, I don't have 83% Aether resist, so maybe someone who was a little more built could do it. Who knows? I'm going to clear this out, and then we'll jump in the portal. So we use the heirloom, and this will take us close to Ulgrim. So we're more or less heading to the top middle / top right of the area. There are chests and such in here. I'm not going to bother trying to find them. We're coming up on level 70. I kind of want to get into Malmo and start working on their quests in order to get access to their level 90 gear and also their the XP pots from them. So the XP pots will kind of speed up the last bit, a fair bit in terms of getting levels, because realistically what we want to do in order to get the gear for our endgame build is we want to get to 100, or at least 94, so we can start getting those high level legendaries drop. And we want to get to the Gloomworld portal in ultimate difficulty. You might have other areas you prefer farming, but for me, that run through the Gloomworld and in the cellars underneath, and then up to what's the name of the second rift? Just before the Coven, anyway. That run there is probably my favorite in terms of just stuff. And I've not really made any great secret of it. I'm not the biggest fan of the Shattered Realms. Mostly because you start at the first shard and you have to grind your way through however many shards to get to where you actually want to farm. I find it is much more preferable to just go to the waypoint or the rift gate and start farming. The Gloomwald, what is that place actually called? The second one, Gloomwald Crossing. So from Gloomwald through to Gloomwald Crossing, you have guaranteed 2 treasure troves. You have guaranteed at least 1, often 2 totems. You have a bunch of legendaries. You have Avarice in the cellar about 50% of the time. You have a decent chance to find Chupacabra if you're into that. It's just, to me, by far the best farm. With that said though, when we hit 94, speaking of hitting levels, I'm going to take Presence of Virtue now, just to get this point in Rebuke as well. That extra flat fizz damage is going to be very nice, and Presence of Virtue needs more levels, but that offensive ability is going to be good. I'm actually going to put that there, turn that on, and we will keep the Aether Ward on the bar. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, the first thing we farm will most likely be the Warden, just because that's probably going to be where we're up to. And just killing him a few times, maybe we get an upgrade or 2. But most likely I'm not going to bother farming too much until I get to Malmouth. But we'll see what happens. I mean, realistically, once you get to 100, pretty much everything you do is just getting gear, farming for better stuff. And at least in my case, I have no plans to make another character on this account. So, to me, XP pots are useful for just this character. In terms of, I'm playing this build now, but the end result, or the plan at the end, I guess, is probably to do something with the Avengers set, and that will involve respecking a lot of the devotions in this build. And so, you respec your devotions, maybe get a new proc. It starts out at level 1, and so XP pots can help speed that up. And that, once this character gets to 100, that's probably the only thing I'll use XP pots for. Because, as I said, I'm not planning on making another character on this save file. I've pretty much narrowed down the next character I'm going to make to one of 3 options, and all 3 of them have Necro in it, so I've actually already started recording that character, but I'm not sure what the end build is going to be, whether it's going to be... Oh, nearly died there. That was close. See, that's why you run away before you look at the loot. The next character is going to be either an Aether Panetti's Spellbinder, which is actually kind of the one I'm leaning towards, or it's going to be either a Ritualist or a Oppressor Vitality Caster. And if it's going to be that one, I'm probably leaning towards the Oppressor, because I like these shiny guys. They're good for doing resist reduction without having to mess with them. It's just kind of always on, whereas with the Ritualist you're using Devouring Swarm, it's an extra spell to cast, you've got totems to worry about. Oppressor is just more user-friendly, I think. Although I do believe Ritualist will be more powerful. Right. Olgrim, be careful with him. Same as in normal, if you piss him off, he will kill you. So let's try and tell him where's his friend. You're in trouble. You're in the void. I'm your friend. I'm here to help. Okay. We'll find a way out. Right, got it. Cool. Not dead. And the third option is actually either a Kabbalist or a Ritualist, but a pet build. I I've had a Ritualist, which I leveled with Aether pets, and that was a blast the whole way up. So I may remake that because it's unfortunately dead now. Came down with a bad case of running out of hit points when I tried to fight the Ravager, and the Ravager won. But yeah, so I wouldn't mind remaking that one. Aether Skellies are pretty good, although once you get to 100, they kind of, you need to get a set, basically. So I might make that again, or potentially a fire conversion Kabbalist would also be a good pet option. I could possibly be talked into doing a Conjurer, but I dislike the class in general. For anything that isn't pets, another class combination will do it better, and leveling a Conjurer on Veteran difficulty with no gear from the bank, no XP pots, no merits, it's a drag. It's honestly painful for about 35 to 40 levels, and even after that point, it's still slow until probably 60-ish, when it starts to feel about on par with like a level 10 skeleton build. So I'm not a fan of pet conjurers until level 100, where they kind of take over from what I know. But I haven't played a pet conjurer for long at level 100. I did have one, and it died. The Briarthorn was not successful at holding aggro, and that was it. But a lot of people swear by them, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But that's just my opinion. So yeah, those are the options that I'm considering. I have already started recording the Necromancer side of it. If enough people clamor that they want a Conjurer playthrough, then maybe we can do that. But I think I'm strongly leaning towards the Panetti's build. But regardless, we will be leveling with pets until 35-ish, until Homestead, basically. Because, as I've said before, Necromancer pets, specifically skeletons, are the best leveling skill in the game. Bar none. Like, it's just the best skill in the game for leveling. I know everyone raves about Word of Pain, I know everyone loves Force Wave. Skeleton's better because until probably Elite, maybe not even then, but you just hold left click, you walk around, the skeletons kill everything, and then you pick up loot. So, like I said, Necropets are the best leveling skill in the game. So, that's the plan at the moment. It's not locked in. I haven't fully decided, but it's going to be pets until 35, and then I will probably switch to Aether Ray once I have the drop from the amalgamation, and then probably play that until around 50 or 60. And around 50 or 60, once you can get into the Ancient Grove, you can farm up the metal that's in there. I got really excited for a second when I saw that. But you can farm up the metal from, I forget which boss it is, one of the Manticores, I think, which will convert the elemental damage on Panetti's into Aether. And from that point, probably play as Aether. Or as replicating missile, sorry. Already be Aether at that point. But we'll see, if anyone has any requests, chuck them down in the comments. I'm not doing a Death Knight. I've already got one of those, so I may do a Death Knight later, but for right now, I think it's redundant. There are so many other creators out there on YouTube that have done playthroughs of leveling a Death Knight, and they all boil down to lol push Force Wave, and that's all you do for 94 levels. And then you swap at 94 to, maybe you keep using Force Wave, but now you've got the Krieg set and your Aether Force Wave. Or, I don't know. It's always just Force Wave, so I'm not doing that one. Speaking of other things I'm not going to do, I'm not going to do Diala's quest in Elite. I showed it in Normal if you want to see it that badly. It's available in... Gosh, I couldn't even tell you what episode number it is. But you'd be able to find it, and if you've got this far, you've probably seen it already anyway. So I'm going to skip Diala's quest and just continue on with Malmouth, because as I said, I want to stop standing in fire. I want to get all the Malmouth resistance stuff sorted. Speaking of Force Wave, yeah, that's like the Force Wave weapon, I think. Am I thinking of the right one? Cam, that's the fist on a stick, yeah? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right, it's +2 all skills in Soldier. I was looking for like +4 to Force Wave, and I couldn't see it, so I'm like, hang on, is that the one I'm thinking of? But no, it is. That is the Force Wave weapon at level 50. No good for us, but if I was playing Force Wave, would put that on. But I'm not, so we're just going to continue north. So we're just going to head into the city. I'm going to skip the sewers. I don't need the... maybe we will do Diala. It's a good chunk of XP. Yeah, why not? Why not? Have to go kill Dravis's servant in the Chthonian zone out here. Although, if you're playing along or whatever, and you've gotten to this stage and you don't have the medal, the Rylock, is it Crest? Rylock Crest. One of the places you can farm that is the Chthonian area outside the town of Malmouth. So it could be worth going in there for that. That said, like this one here, the Rylock Crest I have, it's pretty good affixes. Having them being higher level would be nice, just for, you know, bigger number is better. So I guess that could be alright. I'm certainly not planning on farming another one though. Focus on getting to Ultimate, and there are much more impactful things to farm. Let's just go get the waypoint. We have to fight for this one from memory. Yep. That's fine. So the next sort of milestone level I'm waiting for is 75. There will be some additional gear I think unlocks at 75. I'm actually gonna unlock Forgotten Gods at 75 and just run through quickly and get the Fedden Mask for +1 to all skills. I think there's some faction gear at 75. I could be misremembering that though, because I think a lot of the faction gear is actually 90. But regardless, we'll go have a look at 75, and we'll just keep pushing on for now. Hopefully Turnox is here. Yep, here he is. So he is level 77. You can see just below his name in the top of the screen, level 77, which means potentially he could drop the... just need to relocate to not die. He could drop Krieg's boots, I think it is. He hasn't, but if you were playing a Death Knight, you could be here at 71, farming for the Krieg set. I'm not interested because obviously this is not a Death Knight. But yeah, it took me, I think I gained about 4 levels while I was farming the Krieg set. It took me about 22 runs of Turnox to get just the boots. And then I I think 17 runs of Krieg and 14 of Alex Terrier or something like that. I made a video about it. Go watch it if you're interested. But yeah, you can start farming that in Elite. Whereas a lot of other builds you can't farm. Well, a lot of builds you can't target farm at all. But even the Dark One set for a Vitality Caster, you can't farm that until Ultimate, and it's basically in one of the hardest areas in the game. So by the time you can use it, you already have a pretty good build. Or by the time you can farm it. Right, where's Dahlia? That road's blocked. Here we go. I'll go do Dahlia. Maybe we'll luck out, kill some Rylocks and get an upgrade for the metal. If not, no big deal. Okay, Dahlia is a little bit south of here. Oh, completely wrong. Here she is. Okay, let's talk to her. Found his clues already. What now? Okay, what do we get? A Tonic of Clarity. That's the devotion point reset. That's pretty good. So I didn't see the rift into the Chthonian area on the way up here. I know one spawns down this way somewhere. So, yep, there it is. We don't need to fight those. Okay, so what do we got here? Aether Warped. Monsters are resistant to Aether, but susceptible to Chaos. We don't do any of that, so we don't care. Here's a Rylock, or a Void Taskmaster. No dice, unfortunate. Okay, here's the guy with the aura. See how my health jumped up like 4,000 hit points. Okay, so we did get a crest, which has less percent fizz. That's a lot of defensive ability. Good pierce resist, don't care about the fire resist, and the rest of it is kind of meh. I think the 6% offensive on the one I already have, to me at least, is more valuable. So we're going to leave that one. Okay, there's 72. So 2 more in the bar. Actually, I'm thinking it might be worth it to take a point in resilience as well, maybe. We'll leave it for now. We'll just keep building up the bar to get the resistance shred on these guys. See if I can lure the small ones away. So these 2 little ones will actually heal Bandragos there. At least one of them will. Fingers crossed they don't heal each other as well. Alright, so the big guy's noticed us. But his friends are dead now, so it's not a problem. What's he actually doing there? Siphon souls. Defenses and vitality. This long is down. Okay. It's not too bad. Cold damage, vitality damage, bleeding, something like that. so that's what we were here for. Travis' offering. Now we're going to find the exit. The other way you could get out of here is to just reset your session, which could be an option, but I want to go and kill the Rylocks that are in here as well. So hopefully I'll find the exit while I'm looking for them. They're usually towards the top of the zone. So we'll head up this way. Here they are. This guy with his aura. Fortunately, no drop from that group. This was one of the potential exits. It's obviously not there. There's Wrathmorn. Isn't that a World of Warcraft sword? Or is that's Frostmorn, isn't it? Spot the guy who never played WoW. Alright. Is there an exit here? I can never remember this portal in the middle. The portal in the middle, does that leave, or does that take us deeper? Might have to find out. Probably not a good idea to be standing in the aura of that thing. Alright, so we got a double rare. Mage Storm of the Sage. No good for us. Let's see where this takes us. Fringes of Sanity. Okay. Same Aether Warped. So this is actually not where we wanted to go. But I think we're stuck here now. Is there a portal back out? There is. I'm kind of interested to know what's in here now. I think this is the one with the regretful cultists who want they want you to release them, and they swear they're not going to continue doing evil things. Earthbound is also pretty good, gives you that ward. No good for us, obviously, the wrong weapon type, but I probably would have taken an Earthbound Trollbone Cleaver. Although having said that, I think our defenses are okay, and I'm more worried about killing things faster. Is that a new hat? New hat, same as the old hat. Weaker than the old hat. Okay, new Rylocks Crest. Nope. Very unlikely to use that one. What was it? Of blood or? Of blood. So that's the bleeding damage, and the mystic is going to be the percent spirit. So yeah, that's no good. Probably shouldn't be in here. But I think we're going through now. Yeah, here we go. So these guys, you talk to them, and they basically say like, you know, let us out, what's happening. So Lunal Valgoth, can't remember why, but I think she has a belt that's good for some build or other. Alright, we apply the beatdown. And dead. As our exit. Okay, so here's her belt, +1 to Necromancer, and Chaos converted to Vitality. So that, I guess, would be good for a Kabbalist Vitality build. I am going to let them out because they give you, I think it's like Blood of Chthon? Oh no, some gear. Oh no, 2 Blood Oakathon. There we go. Alright. Let's get out of here. Go talk to Diala after we kill this guy. Actually don't need to kill any of that. Okay, here's Diala. No sign of Dravis. What did she give us? Alder's Inquisition, which is a pistol that we are not going to use. Okay, well I hope you find him. And on that note, I'm going to end the episode here. So this has been episode number 30. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.